Do you remember your first song, or what you were rapping about back then?
I don't remember my first song, but I remember like, no, I do. I take that back. Like my first song, like releasing to the public type shit, to where it's like a video and all that shit.
Sure.
Yeah, I was 14. I was 14, just shooting a video with my like all my homeboys in the hood and shit. And that shit went viral, and I had a buzz in my city since then, and I really started going like full throttle since then.
Remember the song title?
Lion, Tigers, and Bears.
And what was that song about?
It was about being in the hood, like just wanting to make it out, like life being hard. You know what I'm saying? But you know, what come with the shit.
Were any of those raps true back then?
Yeah, all of them. I wasn't rapping about nothing that I wasn't doing. I was rapping about everything like I was seeing and going through. Same shit to this day.
How did you release that song?
YouTube. We was shooting like, after that, he just went to shooting like videos in the hood and shit all the time. Just letting them go on YouTube.
How'd you get that to go viral? What's the secret there?
My city. If I need, like my city, they gonna be behind me regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like every step of the way, my city behind me. So back then when we was dropping shit, my city was tuned in and they resharing that shit, all type of shit. Next thing you know, that shit just went to picking up, and all the closest cities like Savannah, St. Augustine, like that shit went crazy.
And what city are you referencing here?
Jacksonville, Florida.
What was the reaction from your parents to that song?
They loved it. Like I say, everybody knew that music was gonna be something that I did full time. So it wasn't really no surprise. It was never a surprise to nobody when I released something or when I did something involving music.
What did your first recording setup look like back then when you started?
I had this set up in my grandma's closet. I had a compact laptop. My cousin had got me this Radio Shack microphone, and he didn't even get it from Radio Shack. He bought it off the street. I had a Radio Shack microphone, and I had some headphones. Now that's how I recorded.
Is this what you used for the Lions and Tigers and Bears song?
Nah, by that time we had engineers pulling up and shit. Or we'd be going to little different studios. That song was recorded in the studio in Jacksonville. The beat was made and all by this big producer from Jacksonville.
Care to share the name of the producer of the studio?
Yeah, MG's. Shout out MG's.
And what about the studio?
We got some shit coming too, gonna be on my album. Say what?
What was the name of the studio?
I don't remember the name of the studio.
Okay. Now at this point, do you like recording during the day or at night?
At this point, it don't matter as long as the room dark, so I won't know what time of the day it is.
Are you a loner in the studio?
I try to be. I try not to have nobody, like no more than 2 people in the room with me. And that's that.
Why?
Because like it's just a distraction, like a major distraction with too many people in the room.
What about a significant other in the studio?
Nah, I don't play that. Females in the studio, I don't like that. I don't know why.
Distraction also?
Yeah, major distraction.
And just for the record here, okay? No disrespect to this next question.
Yeah.
But I don't want to assume.
For sure.
What is your sexuality?
Straight as hell. For sure. I don't know. No disrespect to nobody else, but I'm straight.
These days, do you record inside the mic booth or outside of it?
It don't really matter to me. Like, okay, boom. When I'm at the studio, if I'm like going to pull up on somebody, do a feature like that, I record inside the booth. My sessions outside the booth.
Now explain why.
Because I don't want people around me while I'm working. You know what I'm saying? if I don't know you, I don't need you crowded around me. Nah.
Do you notice any difference in your actual music when you record inside the booth or outside of it?
No, ain't no difference.
Do you record sitting down or standing up?
Sitting down.
Because?
Because it's more comfortable.
When you're in the recording studio these days, top 3 things you need.
I need backwoods, gas, and the Fiji water. But really, you can put gas and backwoods as one, and then you're gonna need your Fiji water, and then you're gonna need your Sour Patch watermelon.
Now let's break this down.
Yeah.
What does the marijuana do for you in the studio?
It helps me. It helps my creative side.
What does the Fiji water do for you in the studio?
Keeps my throat clear.
And the Sour Pouch watermelon?
It just tastes good.
Is it something like when people get the munchies when they smoke? Is that what it's for?
Yeah, and that's my favorite. And I told you I'm not a candy eater, and Sour Patch watermelon is the only candy I eat.
Also, when it comes to the backwoods, is it a certain flavor?
Sweet aromatic.
Now, has smoking ever been an issue for you, vocal-wise, in the studio?
Nah, I don't know, because if I feel like it did, then I just take a sip of water. You feel me? So it just come. If it do, I just come and goes.
Ever record sober in the studio, no marijuana in the system?
Yeah, plenty of time. That's how I started off.
Why'd you end up using marijuana at some point then?
There's certain things you can't cope with sober. Certain things you can't cope with sober.
Was it influence or just natural experimentation?
Natural experimentation. Never been influenced. Nothing that I didn't want to do.
Notice any difference in your music when you're sober recording versus under the influence of marijuana?
Like I say, when I'm high, it'll make me try something. It will make me try some different shit, like something that I wouldn't try sober.
Craziest studio story, if you have one?
I was in Cali, and I went to the studio, and I knew I was tired. I knew it wasn't a bright idea to go. I knew I should have stayed at the hotel, but I ended up going anyway. When I get there, I tell the engineer to play some beats. He playing through the beats. I know I'm not finna find the beat that I like. I can't find the beat that I like. I'm like, I should just leave, but something just telling me don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just chilling around now. So I lay on the counter like, order something to eat and all. Well, next thing you know, I go to sleep for hours in the studio. I wake up, I don't see the engineer no more. Like, food everywhere. Like, I literally forgot, like, what the fuck? I just hopped up and I just left, like, just cleared the scene. The engineer probably was still there. I don't know what happened. I just got up and cleared. Fuck it.
Now, was this before you signed to Interscope or after?
Nah, this was definitely after. Definitely after. But they don't be tripping because they know I'm gonna work. They know I'm gonna come up with my best shit. They know I'm coming out hard at a time, you know what I'm saying? So, but sometimes, especially in Cali, the weed different out there. So you getting a different type of high out there, you know what I'm saying? So when your body say crash, you crash.
We also talked about in another segment, aside from this one, that you are a heavy sleeper.
Heavy, definitely.
Did people try to wake you up? Did they say they tried to wake you up and you wouldn't wake up, or they just left you alone?
It's crazy because when somebody was coming to wake me up, I was waking up. You feel me? So that was perfect.
But you were sleeping for hours. The engineer, your inner circle.
When I woke up, the beat was still playing that I picked out. I swear, the beat was still playing. Everything. He must have looped that bitch or something, because it was still playing when I got up.
Did they finesse you then? Because the engineer's still gonna get paid. The studio's still
Nah,
gonna get paid.
they ain't finessing. I just slipped up, you know. He fell as fuck up to